Good morning, student. This is our third video on the chapter matter. So let's see once at a glance what we have learned till now. You can see on the screen I have written for you that what we have learned. So we have, and I expected that you must have started studying. So what we have learned till now is what is matter, how it is classified into physical and chemical property. For showing two different activity, how the matter has mass, how it occupies space, we have done two activity. After that, we have learned that matter exists in three states, that is solid, liquid and gas, right? And that is a physical property. So you have to learn that matter have three states, solid, liquid and gas. Then we have learned why solid, liquid and gases have different properties. Then we have learned about some of the keywords like atom, molecules, intermolecular force of attraction and kinetic energy. Right? So all these we have already covered in two videos, right? One more we have learnt, interparticle force of attraction. I must say you whether it is interparticles forces of attraction or intermolecular forces of attraction. It is the same thing. It is the same thing. Its meaning are totally same. And what does it mean? It means that the particles, I have taught you that every matter is made up of particles, small particles, and very small particles which is extremely small, which we cannot divide further, is atom. So all the matter are made up of atoms. Right. So the atoms, when they are very close, then it is known as interparticles forces of attraction. Means the particles are very close. Right. The particles are very close. Then it is interparticles forces of attraction. Okay. When it is far, particles are close, then we say interparticle forces of attraction. When they are not close, then the same things will change into interparticles, or you can say intermolecular space. Intermolecular space. Right. So there is a difference in interparticle forces of attraction and intermolecular space. Intermolecular force or interparticular force of attraction is same. Intermolecular force or interparticle force, it is same. When we say that the particles are very close, then it is intermolecular forces of attraction, because in attraction the things are very close. How? I'll give the example of class only. When you like any friend, any of your classmate, you like to talk to him, you like to sit to him, you like to have a lunch with him. Why? Because of attraction. So you want to sit closer to him, you want to talk more to him. So there is what? There is an attraction. So when their attraction will be there, particles are very close. In opposite of it, when spaces are there, intermolecular space or interparticle space. Then space are there, means gap are there. Right? So the things will change. How it will change? So I have written for you. See here. When space, or you can also say distance, between the particles of matter increases, means when the space will increase, forces of attraction will decrease. As I have given the example, that when your friends are sitting closer to you, when you talk to them more, so the attraction is more. So here the similar way, space or distance between the particles of matter increases, forces of attraction decreases. And now suppose when your friends have changed the school, he went to some other school, now there is a less interaction between you. So you're not sitting closer, you're not discussing anything. So maybe there is a chances that your attraction, forces of attraction decreases. When forces of attraction will decrease, then what will increase? Obviously, forces of when attraction will decrease, then space will increase. Right? So once again, this is not complicated, but the concept should be clear in your mind. Interparticular forces of attraction. Interparticle forces of attraction. Attraction means the particles are closer to each other. And interparticular forces of space or intermolecular space means the space will increase, the gap will increase. Okay, so that will be just opposite of each other, right? So here we have written, don't worry student, further also we will be clearing these points. So once again I am coming to this point, that intermolecular or interparticles forces of attraction, what will happen? Particles close together. Particles are close together. So if I give one example of solid, see, this is the stick, right? This is the stick. So this is what? This is solid. This is solid, right? These particles are of the stick are very, 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 very closer. Their particles are very, very closer. It's very less chance that we can compress it. We cannot compress it more. Right? So this is one of the example of solid. Another example is pen. It is also a solid. Right? Then can you give one example of liquid? Obviously, liquid is water. Liquid is water. One more which I have kept for you, you can see. This is one of the oil. Right? This is also liquid. Yes. And gases? Gases are so many, like carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, and so many. Helium, neon, all these. Okay. So many are gases. So what happens? You know very, very clearly that solid. See, this is a solid, right? So solid particles are very, 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 very closer. So what are very, very closer. So when we talk about the forces of attraction, and we will arrange solid, liquid and gases into sequence, right? So which will have the maximum forces of attraction? Maximum will be solid. After that, liquid terms will come, because you know that liquid can flow here and there. Their particles are comparatively less closer than the solid. Then gases, you know the gases as you burn the agarbatti, or use mama make the vegetables or puri, that smell comes into another room, and you got aware that yes, mama is preparing something very, very good. So how it happens? It happens because gases travels from one place to another very, very quickly. So that is why there is a space in the gases, and that will have a minimum forces of attraction. So first one, the solid will come, then the liquid will come, then the gases will come, right? So these are the sequence how solid, liquid and gases forces of attractions will be there, then which will have the maximum attraction, after that which turn will come, after that which turn will come. So we can say 1, 2, 3. Solid will come at first position, then the liquid will come, then the gases will come. So they will have the maximum forces of attraction will be in the solid, right? So then we have learnt, then when attraction will decrease, then what will increase? Obviously attraction will decrease, then the space will increase. Okay, so then next we have to learn movement of particles, kinetic energy. Movement of particles or kinetic energy can be changed by heating the matter or cooling it. Here we have learnt that the particles of matter have a forces of attraction. Also, that particles of matters have a space. Particles of matters have space. So when the space is there, that is the gap, we say. The same thing we say, a gap. The particles will have a space in them. A gap in them. Okay. But here also we have learned that solid have maximum capacity. Solid have a maximum capacity of forces of attractions. It stays at topmost. After that comes the liquid. After that comes the gases. Right. So, but we have also to learn that these can be changed. To some extent, we can change the kinetic energy. Here, what we say kinetic energy? That is movement of particles. Movement of particles. It can be changed. Then how it can be changed? It can be changed by heating. It can be changed by either by heating or by cooling it. Okay? So we have learnt that movement of particles can be changed. How it can be changed? It can be changed either by heating or cooling the substance. Okay? Then next what we have to learn is intermolecular space. Little bit I have already explained you what is intermolecular space. Once again I am reading for you. It is a space. It is a space between the molecules or atoms of a particles. Then the turn comes that matter exists in three forms. Which are the forms? Solid, liquid and gases. Solid, liquid and gases. Okay, so then we have learnt in intermolecular forces of attraction that solid will have maximum forces of attraction. Then turn comes of liquid and then turn comes of gases. But in molecular space, it will be just opposite of forces of attraction. It will be just opposite of intermolecular forces of attraction. So here it will come gases. As the gases I have said to you, that gases will have the maximum space. So here we are learning about the space only. So which turn will come the maximum? Gases. gases will have the maximum intermolecular space. Then turn comes of liquid. Then turn comes of solid. Solid will have minimum space. So, minimum space, so it will be on the third number. Gases will have the maximum space, so it will be on the first. Then turn comes of liquid. Then turn comes of solid. Okay. So in the short I have written so that you should put it in the mind. Intermolecular space is a space in the particles. Intermolecular force is a force in the particles. Intermolecular space is a space in the particles. Intermolecular force is a force in the particles. Okay. Then next, what we have to learn? The next, we have already learned that solid, liquid and gases have different properties. Now, why they have different properties, we have also learned. So, let's do a small recap. Solid, liquid and gases have different properties because of space between the particles. We have learned here intermolecular space. So, space between the particle is one reason for the property change. The second is about force between the particles. So, we have also learned intermolecular force. So, space between the particle, force between the particle. And third is amount of movement of particles of atoms or molecules. Three things: space between the particles, forces between the particles, and movement of the particles. In the short, you can say movement of particles. So, solid, liquid and gases have different properties because of space between the particles, forces between the particles, and movement of the particles. Space between the particles, forces between the particles, and movement of the particles. Okay, student, thank you.